Hey, Jada, how about starting with expectations for the Panthers overall this year, given the success last year?
Expectations for the Panthers this year is for us to stay healthy and just be blessed. And whatever God got planned for us, we just take it on the journey and do what we got to do.
How about personally, how do you want to show improvement in your final year as a Panther?
My final year at the Panther, the improvement I want to show is just being better every day and getting better every hour of the day. And like I said, whatever God got planned for me this year is just what I'm going to accept and I'm going to take on. Can't go against God's word.
Do you put as a goal for yourself the career rushing record at the school, which is well within reach?
Yes, that is a career goal, but also I just want to be here and stay healthy for a final season, and whatever I do is what I do.
Could you say a word or two about Isaac Anderson, quick off the ball guy, and what makes him difficult to deal with?
A word that I can say about Isaac Anderson is it, or I could say blessed.
Look forward to the schedule, the opener at Kentucky State, then Hampton. First few weeks will tell a lot about you guys.
Oh yeah, it's just going to tell what kind of program we got. We do open up with Kentucky State August 31st. Then I think we play Hampton September 7th. And we just going to be out there and trying to show people what the Union really is about.
How do you avoid overconfidence given the success of last year and the amount of people coming back?
The way we deal with that is we make sure everybody stay level-headed. Like Coach Luke always tells us, our quarterback coaches say, you can never get too high, never get too low. Just stay right there consistent and being who we is and just come out here and work every day.
Yeah, so you are in your final year. You must have had a lot of new recruits as well. As the leader of the team, how do you see yourself gelling with the newcomers, and what is your message to them?
Gelling with the team, the newcomers that came in, the freshmen that came in, it's just like a big brother and little brother type of role. Because at the end of the day, I told them, like, I am you. At one point in time, I was what they was when I first came here, and I was just trying to show them the same love that I got when I first came.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a lot of pressure, as you said, that it's not a pressure about a repeat. But how confident you are getting into the season 2020?
Bring it back 20 seniors and 20 starters coming back. It's just you could be a lot of confident in that, but it's just we got to stay where we got to stay at, and we just got to be healthy and make sure we just doing what we got to do.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Yep,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
William, how about starting by talking about expectations for such a veteran team coming off such a nice season?
I got high expectations for the team. I'm counting on a lot of players. We got a lot of starters coming back, so we expecting a lot of good things from a lot of good people. Even the transfers and freshmen that's coming in, they're really buying in well to the program, so I'm expecting a lot out of them as well.
We've heard Coach Parker talk about the possibility of a national championship here, which is a high goal.
Yes, sir.
What are your feelings about that and where the Panthers can go this season?
I'm very confident in the team we have. I feel like we can reach that expectation that coach is holding us to and the team is holding us to. All we have to do is buy into what the coach is asking us and come out here and work hard every day, and how can we lose? And we got God on our side. So
This defense was excellent last year. Why will it be excellent again this year?
I'd say the defense will be excellent again because the coaches take a lot of time in the defense, and we have great players on defense, from the D-line on back to the linebackers on back to the DBs. So
Picks were a big thing last year too, a lot of turnovers. How'd that happen, and how is that going to repeat itself this year?
I'd say picks was a big impact on us because of the D-line. Thankful for the D-line because without them, we wouldn't get no picks. They putting pressure back on the quarterback, so we're very thankful for them, honestly.
Speaking of that, could you say a word or two about Isaac and how quick he gets off the ball and how that generates a pass rush?
Isaac is a fantastic player. Like, he comes to practice every day, great energy. You will never see him down. He just takes it one day at a time, and he's very blessed to be out here, and I'm glad I get to play with him.
When you were a freshman at Chowan, did you play against Jada? And can you remember that game and say a word or two about him and what you've seen from him as the years went on?
Yes, sir. I remember that game like it was yesterday. We was going in prepared, knowing that we going against a great back. And it was so funny, oh my gosh. Every time I tackled him, because I end up having like 5.5 TFLs, but every time I tackled him, he said this either 3 or 97. And I'll just laugh and be like 97. And we'll just start laughing. And that's when I knew that you supposed to be having fun out here on the field, because how you gonna get tackled, you ain't gain no yards, but you still laughing. Yes, sir.
Can you speak to your journey from Florida to Chowan to Union and how that all happened?
Oh man, it was all God, honestly. Cause when I went to Chowan, had a great season there, and end up since you want me to go back, I was at Vero Beach High School, and then when I was at Vero Beach High School, they actually had me on JV my 11th grade year. And if you're on JV 11th grade year, they think you're not good at all. Then when I moved to North Carolina, they was in second round playoffs, and they basically knew that I was a ball player, and they just fitted me in their program. Then I got to Chowan, ended up playing one great season at Chowan. Some stuff happened. I was grieving, and my grades ended up slipping, and I ended up dropping out of Chowan and going to work for Publix. And I was at Publix for, that spring semester, and then my former player, Steve McKinney, he ended up giving me a call with Coach Ryland, and he said, if you want to play, you need to be here before fall camp start. And I came down here. I just wanted to be a practice player, honestly. Then I ended up getting blessed to get a waiver to play, and, hey, God's been great for me ever since.
What did you do at Publix?
Publix, I was in the produce section, floral, cutting fresh fruit. I was just full of good energy. So it was just fun to be in Publix, honestly.
You
Yes,
talked
sir.
about your TFLs, Isaac, and
Yes, sir.
you're known for being quick off the ball. That's how you make your plays. What is the key to getting off the ball so fast?
Just reading my keys, honestly, because all the offensive linemen, they know their count. They know their pre-snap count. So if I'm just watching that near shoulder to the near knee to that heel and ankle, you're going to move before the ball anyway. So that's all I do for real is just watch my key.
How do the Panthers avoid overconfidence with so many guys back from a championship team?
I'll say that every leader that came back, we making sure that everyone that comes in all stand to our standard. And our standard is high, so that's why, just coming off that championship season, you might have people that might come in walking like, because they just joined the program. They never went through all them hardships with that championship season, but us being leaders and being big brothers, we helping them learn and actually teaching them the ways to get that championship season so we can go back for that two-peat and get that natty.
I've heard Coach Parker talk about the national championship too. It's very bold for a program that hasn't won a playoff game. I wonder if you're biting off too much here.
I mean, hey, if you don't got goals and dreams, then why settle for less? And we got to take day by day anyway. So just having that big natty on our mind every week, just gonna just be that week. Be where our feet at, and not just be where our goals and dreams want to be. Yes, sir.
Coach Joe Taylor used to say when the Panthers did well, and you've heard this plenty of times, don't start smelling yourself. How did the Panthers avoid that trap this year, given the success from last year?
I think we're going to rely on the leadership from the team. We have a lot of returners and a lot of guys that have been chasing the goal that was last year, and I think the word that you kind of hear, them kind of preach as well as me, is don't get complacent. We got a lot of goals to reach. Some things that we still have not done, and still some goals that we're trying to reach. So I think that's going to allow them because we haven't received the ultimate prize.
How would you like to see Jada improve in his final year as a Panther?
I don't know if there's too many ways he can improve, but he's a special player. So again, I rely on him for a lot of leadership, and I think that's something more the off the field stuff to making sure that he's pulling the rest of the guys along because it's going to be his last year, and I still need them Jada Byers numbers after he leaves. So it's going to be his leadership that we're going to rely on so much more than anything else. The play is the play. Jada Byers touches the ball, he's electric. He makes it happen. He does everything that he needs to do. So, the unseen parts that the crowd probably won't get to see is what I'm going to need from him.
You played with the fellow who has the career rushing mark right now. I wonder how Jada will shape up as potentially the leading career ball carrier in Union history.
To say, to have that mark in history, just to say, I played beside, one of the guys that's a record holder, and I coached the other guy that might be in contention for being a record holder. It just says something that, I live history. to see both of those guys kind of play. They both were similar in style, and they both were special, and they both were able to take over a game. So just a lot of the similarities that I see between the two of them. But records are made to be broken. You know, that's one thing I believe in, and you know, I'm gonna be super excited. You know, if he reaches that goal this year.
Hey, just to clarify, you were a fullback when Braxton was a tailback.
Yeah, most of the time, you know, I kind of switched it both, and but you know, when we needed a touchdown, they gave the ball to him most of the time. But he was super special, you know. So we played along, like I said, alongside each other, and you know, it was hard sometimes when you're blocking for him or you're moving around for him, not to sit there and watch, you know, because he was just that type of special player.
Isaac Anderson is known for his quickness off the ball, and that seems to be how he gets most of his TFLs. How does a guy develop that knack?
I'm just glad he's on our team. First thing first, you know. I'm glad we don't have to play against him, you know, because we see him every day in practice, you know. But it just comes with instinct, you know. Some guys, you know, play football, and some guys are football players. You know, he's a football player.
He spoke about how he was discovered by Union, played at Chowan, dropped out, was working at Publix. Union grabbed him. How did that happen from your perspective?
It was just, you know, our coaches kind of doing due diligence and recruiting. You know, recruiting around here is an everyday thing. You know, anytime we can get to touch a player of that magnitude, we're gonna try. You know, it's some relationships that he had with some current players on the team that kind of helped the process a little bit. But in terms of just providing a home for him and providing somewhere that was going to be, you know, safe and secure and give him an opportunity to graduate, and he's on track to graduate, you know, give him that type of opportunity more than anything else. You know, again, the play with him is going to take care of itself. We knew what type of player he was, but, you know, we had to offer him something as well, and I think we offer him the chance to kind of grow as a man and put himself in a position to get a degree.
What are your expectations for this team?
I might be a little lofty, you know, because I think we have a great team, you know, and, you know, I hope you're able to run this clip back in December and say, you know what, Coach said that this team was pretty daggone special, you know, and they are, you know, our goal this year is national championship, you know, and I want these guys, and I want to be able to provide the leadership and get them everything they need to get to that point, you know, but we got a great group. These guys work super, super hard every day. And I look at them some days and I say, you know what, you guys are practicing like national champions. So, you know, the goal is obtainable, and we want to make sure we reach it.
20 starters back, is that accurate? And of that group, is your defense, again, the strength of the team?
We have a pretty daggone good defense. A lot of those guys are back from that phenomenal defense that we had last year. So we returned 9 on offense. 8 on offense and 9 on defense, and we returned all 3 of the specialists. So, you know, we feel great about what we have coming back, and not to mention all of the guys that we have in the program right now that, you know, that are new, that we added in, that are going to make some contributions as well.
Anybody else? I'm good. Thank you, Coach Parker.
Thank you. Appreciate you.